Happy Monday, co-creators, and welcome to another edition of Teena Sessions, 365 inspirational quotes with me, your life coach, Teena Jones. Welcome to day number 23. Woohoo! I can't believe this month is almost over. And I'm so glad you chose to spend this time with me. Whether you're new or you're one of my loyal viewers, I appreciate and adore each and every one of you. If you have any question about today's session, email me at naturalborncoach@hotmail.com. Well, before we get into the quote, I want to let you know that we're going to start doing something new. At the end of each session, I'm going to do a 1-minute guided meditation. I did a meditation earlier. If you were a part of that, one of the days, I believe it was day number 10, where I did for about 5 minutes, and I got a lot of good reviews. A lot of people really liked the guided meditation. And so for those of you that have never had a guided meditation, it's just a soothing. I'm going to have music playing in the background. It's only for 1 minute. And I'm going to just give you inspirational words of encouragement to prepare your mind for rest and sleep so that you can wake up rejuvenated and refreshed. Okay, and so this is something I'm going to be doing at the end of each session. Once I give the affirmation, I'm going to go right into the guided meditation for 1 minute, and then it's going to be closed out from there. All right. Well, I have a quote for you that's really wonderful. We're going to be talking about intuition. And this particular quote comes from Angelina Jolie. I heard her say this on one of the news talk shows, and I loved it. And how it goes is she says, "When I get logical and I don't trust my instincts, that's when I get in trouble." And I thought, I'm with that. You know, I can understand that. And when I first started kind of trusting, if you will, my sixth sense or my instincts or my intuition, or some of you may call it your gut, I had hit and misses with it. And when I didn't trust it, I paid a cost. So this session is about giving you some tools so that you can sharpen that intuition. I have been intuitively at this point in my life, it's just a part of me. But in the beginning, it had to be developed. And so I'm going to give you some steps and things that you can do so that you can develop your intuition. Now, some of you may be wondering, why should I? Why would I? Why is it important that your intuition is strengthened and sharpened? Well, your inner guidance knows more than your intellectual mind. Your intellectual mind only can go by what it sees, the past experiences that it has had. It knows nothing about what's around the corner. Okay. So when you meet someone for the first time, and they seem to be okay, they seem nice, but your intuition is telling you something different, you're going to learn to follow your intuition. So I'm going to give you tools because this can save a lot of you from bad businesses, bad relationships, bad anything and everything. Some of you have had intuitive nudges, but you haven't trusted it and you haven't learned to really sharpen it. So get your pen and your notebooks out because I'm going to give you 5 different steps, things you can do right now to begin to sharpen so that you can use that GPS system that God has given us all. We all have a GPS installed inside of us, but when you don't use it, you lose it. So I don't want you to lose it. All right, so here we go. The very first step is to pay attention. Pay attention, especially to your visceral reactions to people. Let me give you an example. This happened a long time ago. My cousin called me one day. She was at lunch and she had just met a new girl that started at her job. And so when she called me, she was talking about this person that she met and she put her like on speakerphone and I heard a voice. Instantly, I felt sick. That's the only way I can describe it. My energy went totally down and I felt heavy, very heavy. So, she was talking to me and the girl was talking and they were talking about the restaurant they were at and what they had. And it was small talk. When I got off the phone, I had to immediately do a technique to help get that vibration off of me. But I knew that girl was bad news. I texted my cousin and I told her, I said, "Girl, call me later when you get home. I have something to tell you." So when she got home, she called me. She said, "What's going on?" And I told her, I said, "That girl is bad news." She said, "What? You didn't even meet her. What are you talking about?" And I told her about my experience. And, that was that. Now, she knew me well enough to know that I may be onto something. But to her, the girl was just so nice and sweet. And she just didn't adhere to what her cousin told her. So as a result, long story short, this girl tried to make her life a living hell. And only thing I can say is I felt what I felt. And I don't need a reason why at this point. When I feel something, I don't let my mind go and dictate like, well, maybe I'm off. No. I don't do that. Now, in the beginning, you may do that, but everyone has their own way in which their intuition talks to them. Mine is numerous of ways, but the main thing is that in my chest, I get a strong knot feeling. I mean, it knots up like it's obvious. Some people get something in their throat. Their throat kind of clogs up. Some people get it in their stomach. Your body has a way in which it talks to you. And so you have to pay attention. When you're around certain people, you're around certain vibes, how you are feeling. That's the first step. You've got to pay attention because it's always talking to us, but you have to be mindful of it. Okay. So that's the first step. The second step is acknowledge your vibes. When you feel it, go, "Oh, I feel that, God." "Oh my God, I feel that. Oh my God, I feel that." Acknowledge, because that lets the universe know that they'll enhance it. They'll keep sending you signs, and that's what you want. So pay attention and then acknowledge it. It's very important that you acknowledge your vibes. Acknowledge when you get that feeling and however way it comes to you. Acknowledge it. Don't be afraid of it. It's a very powerful tool that once you strengthen it, it becomes your best friend. It's never wrong. This GPS system is never wrong. It's always right. It's 100%. Okay. And so one question I remember I used to get on the radio show was, how do I know when it's my intuition and not my mind? Well, that takes practice. And that leads me to step number 3, which is listen to your body. I said that earlier, but I really want to make sure I enhance that. It comes through a feeling. Some people may sweat. All of a sudden they start it's not hot flashes either. Just all of a sudden you may break out in a sweat. Your body has an unusual way in which it talks to you. Okay. So pay attention and then acknowledge your vibes and then listen to your body. And this is the fun one. This is when you're going to know the difference between your mind and your intuition. Play the I Wonder game. So you can play it any way you want to, but this is how I play. This is how I used to play the game to sharpen my intuition. I watch game shows. I love Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and Family Feud, but mainly Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. Those are my 2 favorite. And normally it's 3 contestants. So in the beginning of the show, I would turn it down on mute and I would say, I wonder who's going to win the game. So I look at contestant number 1, then contestant number 2, then contestant number 3. And I start trying to feel in my body, And sometimes I'll say, I'll speak to my body. Let me know. Body, let me know who's going to win. My intuition, talk to me. Let me know who's going to win the game. And just kind of zero in what you feel. And then make a guess. Okay, I'm going to say number 2. Number 2 is going to win the game. You do that for about a week. You can do anything that has multiple things that you can choose from. That's sharpening. That's letting you know, hey, I was right, or if you wasn't right, it's okay. Do it again the next day. It takes practice. Okay. We know the old saying, practice makes perfect. So you have to practice. Remember, this is a muscle. Your sixth sense is a muscle. So you have to work it. A lot of you have never paid attention to it and it's lying dormant, but it's still there. You just have to dust off all the dirt and dust and let it shine for you because it's ready and willing to do it. Okay. And then the final one is meditate. 1 minute, 3 minutes of meditation. That really is how I sharpened my intuition. That's why that's why my intuition is through the roof. It's because of meditation. And I don't want that to intimidate anyone, because you don't have to meditate for long periods of time. If you can meditate for 3 minutes, set your phone stopwatch and hit it and just listen to some music on YouTube. You can type in meditation music on YouTube, hit it. Now it's going to have some long ones, but you can set your phone for 3 minutes, 1 minute, whatever way, just to get your mind quiet. Now in the beginning, you're going to have the monkey mind. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be what I'm going to cook later on. What did so-and-so say today early on the phone? Your mind is going to do that, but it's okay. In the beginning, it's going to do that. It's trying to distract you, but you just continue to do it, and you just quieten it, because your intuition speaks softly. Okay. It talks to your body, but you can also, get a sixth sense about something. But you have to have a mind of quietness. It has to have a background of quietness and not a lot of jibber jabber, So those are the 5 steps. If you do these 5 steps, your intuition will be incredible. All right. It will be incredible. And hey, before you know it, you'll have that sixth sense power, and you won't be just jumping all over the place trying to find the right job, trying to find the right place to live. You will know. Your life becomes this, magical thing. You just know that you know. You don't have to look and search. Things begin to just come to you, you don't have to do all of that action steps. It's just a waste of time. You just moving all over the place for nothing. And when you develop your intuition, it's just a wonderful thing where you just say, I feel like calling so-and-so, or someone feels like calling you, and they call you and they give you this idea. You're like, I was just thinking about you. It's that you remember, it's the vibe, and your intuition is hooked up with other people whose intuition is also sharpened. So it's like, a telephone system in the universe. It's just so good and delicious. So I want you to be a part of that. And once you sharpen it, those are the things you can expect your life to work easier for you. And that's what life is all about, to work smarter instead of harder. All right. All right. So now it's time for the affirmation, and then we're going to do the 1 minute meditation. The affirmation is, my inner guidance is always right on time. Ooh, my inner guidance is always right on time. All right. That is today's Teena session. We're going to close it out with a guided meditation. I'm going to set some music. You can close your eyes. You can dim the lights if you want to. I'm going to keep my lights on, but I'm going to give you a few words of encouragement and inspiration, and then we're going to close this thing out. 1 minute. And so here's the music, and go ahead and close your eyes. Oh yeah. All right. So here we go. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, and just let it go and completely relax. Know that all is well, and life is unfolding in such a beautiful way. Everything is unfolding in divine order. As you learn to just relax and allow, you see your dreams come to pass. Knowing that everything is in divine order, you learn to just totally and completely respect the flow. You've already asked for all your desires to come to pass, and now your work is just to relax. Relax and allow all the good things to unfold and come to you in the divine right time. God is on your side. Life is good. Everything is unfolding in such a beautiful way. There's nothing more for you to do but to appreciate what you have right now and what is coming to you. You're on the right path. You're doing everything right. Know that you can always begin again. And God's love is abundant. And you feel at peace as you allow God's love to shower all over you from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Despite the way it may appear, know that all is well. Thank you, co-creators. I love each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed today's session and the meditation. Have a great, great evening. I love you all. Bye-bye.